Have you ever looked at your bank account after a completely normal month and had no idea where the money went? No big purchases, no emergencies, just regular life. And yet you're hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars shorter than you expected. Here's what's actually happening. Between 2019 and 2024, costs rose by about 21%, while wages grew roughly 17%. In 2024, the average American household spent $78,233 on consumer expenses, while wages grew just 3.8%. Spending is climbing faster than earning every single year. A lot of that gap isn't just inflation. It's specific things that quietly stopped making financial sense. These are 8 categories where continuing old habits means actively working against your own wealth. Let's start with the one most people use without ever running the numbers. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub. These platforms charge restaurants 15 to 30% commission, and restaurants often pass much of that cost to customers through higher prices. Items on delivery apps run approximately 25% higher than the same meal at the restaurant before fees stack. Delivery fee, service fee, surcharge, tip. A meal that costs $12 at the restaurant easily hits $22 through the app, an 83% markup for someone else to pick it up. Delivery app prices have risen another 8 to 12% since 2023. Ordering twice a week at a $15 premium costs an extra $1,560 a year. And here's where it gets worse. Because even when you skip the app and go in person, the math has broken down. Fast food prices have increased 55% since 2019. A Big Mac meal runs $12 to $15 today. Even Taco Bell charges $10 to $12 for a basic order. Remove affordable, and you're paying premium prices for food that hasn't improved. Sit-down restaurants are up 35% since 2019. 2 people out for dinner with drinks easily reach $100 to $140 at an ordinary restaurant. A family spending $200 weekly on dining out spends over $10,000 a year on food they could often make at home for significantly less, sometimes around $600 a month. That's not a food budget. That's a second car payment for meals that are already gone. So far, small daily expenses. Now, here's where most people lose the most money, often without realizing it for years. The moment you drive a new car off the lot, it loses roughly 20% of its value. On a $48,000 vehicle, close to today's average, that's $9,600 gone before you reach the first stoplight. By end of year 1, depreciation hits 25 to 30%. A used car, 3 to 5 years old, has already absorbed that hit. The average new car loan payment hit $738 per month in late 2025, nearly $9,000 per year before insurance or gas. Many millionaires tend to buy practical cars in the approximately $30,000 range. Transportation is a utility, not a status signal. If this is hitting home, a quick like helps more people find it. The next one is something almost everyone does and almost nobody has calculated. This one requires zero effort and saves more than most people expect. Tide costs $12 to $15. The store brand, often made in the same facility, costs $6 to $8. Some of them are literally the same product with a different label. Virtually identical performance. Generic ibuprofen is the same ingredient as Advil at the same concentration for half the price. Switching to store brands saves 25 to 40%, $1,500 to $2,500 back per year. A luxury brand hoodie costs $800 to $1,200. Without the logo, $40 to $60. You're not paying for quality, you're paying to advertise someone else's brand. Here's one that gets personal fast, and most people have done it more than once. A new iPhone costs approximately $1,200 and delivers essentially the same experience as the phone you already own. The gap between an iPhone 16 and an iPhone 13 is undetectable in real-world use, yet millions upgrade every 1 to 2 years. Older devices can feel slower over time due to software updates and battery degradation. The ecosystem is built for constant replacement, And it works because it's invisible. The fix? Buy 1 or 2 generations behind. A refurbished iPhone 14 costs half the price and does everything a phone needs to do. Remember when streaming was supposed to save you money? The original pitch: cut cable, pay $8 a month. That deal is gone. Netflix alone is now $15.49. Add Disney Plus, Hulu, HBO Max, Amazon, Apple TV Plus, Peacock, and Paramount Plus, and you're over $100 per month, more than most people paid for cable. The platforms deliberately fragment content to force multiple subscriptions. They destroyed cable, rebuilt it, and charged you for each piece separately. The fix? Subscribe to one service at a time. Watch everything, cancel, move to the next. Rotating drops the cost from $75 to $12 to $18. Same content, just not all at once. This one is newer, less obvious, and the one most people genuinely don't see coming. Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay. 4 payments, no interest if you pay on time. Sounds reasonable. It isn't. Research shows buy now, pay later users spend 10 to 40% more than paying up front. The psychology is deliberate. 4 payments of $50 feels manageable. Your brain ignores the total. Nearly 40% of users have missed at least one payment, according to Federal Reserve Bank data, and free financing quietly becomes expensive debt. If you can't pay cash, you likely can't afford it. Last one, and the only fix on this list that costs nothing and takes 1 hour. Gym memberships, app subscriptions, software trials that auto-converted, meal kits you stopped opening. Most people are paying for things they stopped using and never canceled. The business model depends on this inertia. Cancellation is deliberately difficult, and the charge is small enough to pass unnoticed. 3 to 5 unused subscriptions at $40 to $70 a month adds up to $850 a year. Go through every recurring charge. Haven't used it in 30 days? Cancel. Resubscribing takes 90 seconds. Keeping it costs money every month. If you want more content like this, subscribing takes 1 click and costs nothing. Every category here exploits the same thing: convenience, psychology, or inertia. And all of them depend on people never running the numbers. Pick 2 of these and apply them this month. That single decision is worth more than any raise most people will ever get. Most people won't, which is exactly why they can't figure out where their money goes. The ones who make the changes end up ahead, not because they earn more, but because they stopped paying for things that stopped being worth it. Your money either works for corporations or it works for you. Knowing the difference is worth more than most people realize.